malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
I'm sorry. You got me? I got you. Levi, you got us? Loud and clear? Okay. Good deal.
Is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
We'd like to welcome everyone to Hamlin Bobcat Field on the beautiful area of Hamlin, West Virginia for tonight's broadcast between the Hamlin Bobcats and the Guyan Valley Wildcats. A little battle for the Hill County rivalry. As always, my name is Brian Vance, and we have a special guest commentator all the way, that's right folks, from the football crazy town of Youngstown, Ohio, Mr. Matt Romeo. Matt, welcome tonight.
Thanks, Brian. Happy to be here. Can't wait to call this game. I hear it's a huge rivalry. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, both teams come in struggling a little bit, 0-2, so they're both looking for the first win. Hamlin, we watched play last week against Duval, which is a very good squad, and they battled hard. They really did. It was a 14-6 game at halftime, and then Duval's kind of a big line kind of overtook and overpowered them in the second half. So for Guyan Valley coming in again, struggling a little bit. And when I say that a little bit, they played some really good teams this year. So tonight we're going to look for a good broadcast, and do you get any better of a fall day?
No, this is absolutely perfect. We got 83 and sunny, clear skies. I can't wait to see this match up here.
I got to warn the viewers here, though. You know, it's not all bad. You know, Matt was gracious enough to travel all the way down here to call this game tonight for Armstrong. And here's the bad part about it. Great guy. He just happens to be a Buckeye fan.
we'll try to get past that, okay?
Hey, national champs, you get a basket at all year this year.
Hey, we are Marshall. That's all I'll say.
There you go. That'll make some happy folks.
I'll be a Marshall fan this week.
And again, folks, this broadcast brought to you by Armstrong, your only local internet provider here in Lincoln County. Been operating since 1960 here in Lincoln County and plan on doing it for another 160 years. Also, I will say Armstrong was blessed enough this year for the second year in a row to win Cablefax Magazine Customer Service, making us the best internet provider in the nation. So we thank all our viewers for your support and hope you enjoy this broadcast tonight. Again, I was talking to Coach Ashworth before the game. We lost Brooks Burton. Hamlin lost Brooks Burton this year, who's a big running back, big heavy kid. So he's had to adjust. And, that's what I told him. Coach is going to adjust the scheme to what you got.
And for what you were telling me earlier in the day, Brian, here, is they toss the ball a little bit. They try to spread it out. They throw those quick screens. Interested to see, how that fits in the game plan tonight.
Yeah, especially because I tell folks all the time, we'll watch these kids tonight, and it takes me some time. I got to step back and go, these are 7th and 8th graders. We want to put them as adults already, but they're still 7th, 8th grade kids.
Super impressed already as I'm watching warm-ups. Both sides of the field, they're tossing the ball around. I remember back when I was in middle school, I'm sure you could probably say the same, it was just run the football, 3 yards, cloud of dust. We're watching the spread offense, which I don't think I've seen until my senior year in high school. So it's really cool. A lot of potential out on the field tonight.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough last night. We filmed Sims Valley Middle School against Ironton Middle School. It was a great game. And it was kind of crazy. I'm watching a middle school game, and I saw a 3-down lineman. They run like a 3-5 in middle school. I'm like, holy cow, we had like 5- and 6-man fronts all we ran.
Absolutely, and our partner, over at Armstrong, Johnny Chen, his son playing in that game. I was able to tune in to YouTube and actually listen to the game on my way on the drive down here. Super cool that you guys do this broadcast. I'm so honored to join this thing and ready to get this thing underway.
We're tickled to have you. And you know what? I'm going to give a big special shout out to the GM at our Ashland, Ohio office, Mr. Mitch Pusker, who's listening tonight. That's right, Mitch. Take a bow, brother.
Shout out, Mitch, and I'm sure he's a happy camper as the Cleveland Guardians. I still refer to them as the Cleveland Indians. Got the big W today against the Tigers for their trying to make their playoff push. They got to win out to get in, but there's a shot.
There's a chance. That's exactly
so
right.
You're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Well, we'll take just a quick break here and probably come back with the first half kickoff.
One place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock. All your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the house.
I'd like to welcome everyone back here to Hamlin Bobcat Field as we get ready to see the coin toss. Again, folks, tune in tomorrow night as well as Lincoln County will host Herbert Hoover over at Panther Stadium. We'll take just a quick second here to thank some of our other sponsors, Southern West Virginia Health Systems, for all your medical needs in Lincoln County. and surrounding areas, go visit Southern West Virginia Health Systems. Also like to thank Thornhill Automotive, from Chevrolet, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Ram, Jeep, any brand you want, folks, go see the nice folks at Thornhill Automotive and tell them, say, we thank you for supporting Lincoln County athletics, and they do so much, and we do appreciate all their support.
Absolutely. We appreciate all of our partners that help us put this thing on.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. We tell somebody, you're that old age, it takes a village to raise a child. This is what you do in small, and really all America, really, we do that. It takes a lot of people to pull stuff like this off.
It is so cool to see all the local companies, local businesses come together. And when I think of that, I think of Armstrong. It's so cool to see our brothers in red out here. We have our red polos here at Armstrong. I love seeing our team out here all contributing to our camera guys, our directors here, our sound. It's just an awesome thing that you guys put on down here.
I tell my staff all the time, it is, because you got to realize a lot of these guys have families and they're giving up tonight to come film these kids. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to support the community. So let's see, who's getting the ball? I didn't even look and see. Levi, where's my statistician over here? You got it?
Don't ask me.
We're right on top of things here tonight, folks.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them's getting it. Well, it's going to be interesting because Hamlin, you're going to see quarterback Eli Scholl, who's kind of the captain of that offense, running it, but he's going to have some hard running with Wyatt Zelker. So we're going to spread the ball out. For Guyan Valley, you're definitely going to see a little bit of Triton Triplet and Jordan Atkins and Orion Algier. Sorry, Orion, I'll get that right. So it looks like Guyan Valley will get the ball first.
I think I could be wrong here, but we'd have to assume that maybe Hamlin won the toss and deferred. That's usually the way to go here, but you never know if you're confident in your offense. You take the ball first, but we'll confirm that. We do know that Hamlin, kicking this thing off, Guyan Valley will receive, or Hamlin will receive the opening kick of the second half. So ready to get this thing underway?
Away it goes.
And we've got number 2 here for Guyan Valley. He's finding his way, navigating through traffic. He's brought down just about the 49-yard line, just inside of Hamlin territory.
That's pretty smart of the Guyan Valley coaches, putting Triton Triplet right there in that up back position, expecting that little bit of a short kickoff, because, he's their stud running back. Look, he's a big load coming through there.
Yeah, something you don't think about in these junior high games is the deep guy actually the deep guy. Maybe the return guy is actually the second line deep.
Unless you have that freak kicker that's going to boot one.
Absolutely. There's that, too. Maybe that soccer player that's playing football as number 12 here, Corey Montgomery, takes the helm at quarterback as he observes the defense, see what he wants to call here. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
There's the first mistake. First mistake of the game by the Bobcats. That's number 54. Cameron Ace got a little too excited in that first play. Jumped a little early. You could expect that in a rival game like this. You're amped up a little bit on that first series. Just got to control it.
So encroachment to call. It'll make it 1st and 5 here for Guyan Valley.
It's interesting you're seeing the Bobcats, like I said, here's that 3-down lineman. You're seeing them like a 3-5 defense, walking up the defensive end.
3-5, you're right. It looks like it. 31 in motion here. And another flag before the snap here. We'll see what we got.
Yeah, I think that was 31. Chance Adkins for Guyan Valley moved. You can see on the replay here, he just takes off a little too quick. Again, but that's what you expect in a rival game. Early in the season, this is both teams' 3rd game. You're going to see some mistakes.
So the first 2 plays of the game cancel themselves out. We got penalty on Hamlin, penalty on Guyan Valley. We're back to 1st and 10 from Hamlin's 49-yard line.
Got those bugs out of the way? Got the bugs out of the way. We're good now.
Let's see if we can get a playoff here. Montgomery under center. Got 2 backs in the backfield. A wing to the right. Takes the snap, going to toss it out to the far side. It's number 2. He's going to take it. He's got room to run to the outside. Wide open. He's at 35, and he's pushed out of bounds about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I'm trying to get who was, I think that was 27.
Trenton Triplet, I believe.
I think that was Zelker that pushed him out of bounds after a big game, but what a nice job they did to seal the end. And once he got to the corner, it was just now a foot race.
So Trenton Triplet on the run. And a nice 1st down gain there puts him deep into Hamlin territory at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, after the penalty, you'll take that.
Absolutely.
You'll take about a 20-yard gain.
A nice play there. Wide open space to run. See if they follow it up with another run here to the near side. Montgomery, guy in motion, jet sweep to the near side. It's 14. He's getting around the outside, and corner keeps him inside, but he's brought down by number 1, Braden Baisden.
Another really nice job blocking up front by the Wildcats. I mean, that kind of a slow developing play, and they did a nice job to seal any penetration out.
You know, and the point of the jet sweep is to try to get outside of the corner, and I want to give a little credit to the cornerback there. I was a cornerback, and I was always taught keep contained, keep everything inside of you, and if he lets that back get outside, it might be a touchdown. So, and now we're just looking at a 2nd and 3.
Yep, string it out, string it out, string it out. Always told him to do that.
Montgomery once again looks like he's going to be under center here. Triplet in the backfield. He's going to bring it up the middle and get a first down and then some. They're going to mark down the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I think number 18 for the Bobcats was the first one, Brantley Parker.
So another nice game there by Triton Triplet there for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 15.
And right now, Guyan Valley's just got the momentum. Their offensive line is just dominating this game right now.
So Guyan Valley driving here. We're just underway, 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still scoreless. As Guyan Valley doing everything, taking their time, doing everything deliberately here, especially after that first couple penalties there. As they hand it to Triplet up the middle. Triplet, he is really navigating his way through there, and he's close to the goal line. Gives the defender an extra push at the end there. He's down to about the 3-yard line.
You know, if you watch the replay here, this is one thing I love out of running backs is you'll see him cut through here, and all of a sudden you see that stiff arm come out. A lot of these running backs used to forget doing that.
Yes.
And then like Derrick Henry brings it back, and now you're seeing these kids use that weapon, that stiff arm, throwing people off.
I mean, I just applaud the patience of Triplet there. He was running one way and then just patiently cut to his left side. Great vision by the running back. 1st and goal here for Guyan Valley.
Might see a little bit of Triplet off the left side here.
Montgomery with 2 backs in the backfield given to Triplet. Triplet once again with that patience, and he finds his way in the end zone for a Guyan Valley touchdown. So they'll take a 6-0 lead here with 5:09 remaining in the first quarter.
And you're right. If you watch this play, he kind of slows down just for a second, waits for that hole to open up, and explodes through it. I mean, like I said, very patient running. I know some people are like, what are you talking about patient running? A guy can run sometimes and hit the hole so hard and not be a hole there.
Yes.
If he takes just a second, that hole develops and then explode through it.
Not a PA guy here, but I'm going to give a comparison here. Le'Veon Bell, he was always so patient. He always picked waited for that hole to open up and then just ran through with that burst of speed. 2-point conversion attempt here, man in motion. Snap over his head, and Montgomery's going to try to just fall on it, and that's just going to be a failed 2-point attempt. Score's going to stay at 6-0, 5:09 remaining in the first.
And we'll take just a quick break here and hear from some of our title sponsors.
Best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock. All your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is...
And we're back, folks. Like you said, 5:09 to go. Guyan Valley strikes first here in this battle for the hill, as we call it.
Hamlin getting ready to receive the kickoff from, get you a name here of the kicker. As number 72 tees it up for Guyan Valley.
Colton Cantrell. Again, setting for that sideline.
Fun to see these kickoffs in junior high. I really love it. Getting these guys ready for it. Before we get a kickoff here, we're going to get a stoppage by the official.
What's the...
I don't know if we had some kind of substitution needed, maybe because of equipment or something. But
that's what I was thinking.
They got all the right guys on the field here, and we're getting ready to give Hamlin their first possession of the game offensively. And an onside kick, and did it go 10 yards? It did not, and it goes out of bounds. We're going to get a flag on that play, and Hamlin's going to get great field position to start this thing off.
Great field position. Interesting call there, but, I hate to say this. If you don't have a kicker that can definitely kick it deep, you're thinking, why not? Let's take a shot at this. Maybe it bounces our way. And it wasn't a terrible kick. It just started curling back on him. If it goes another 2 or 3 yards, you never know.
You got to think eventually it's going to work. And you know what? The way that ball was bouncing around, it was the perfect onside kick. It just kind of died about 8 yards from the kick. So and then it made its way directly to the sideline. So now, similar to the way Guyan Valley started their offensive possession, Hamlin's going to start on the Guyan Valley 48-yard line now. So
yeah, it's great field position for the Bobcats to start off their first drive.
I know me and you are both interested to see this first play, Brian. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we got Eli Scholl with no backs, spreading it out.
Scholl back to pass, looks, he's going to pump fake the screen, he's going to try to throw it deep, but before that, he gets sacked by number 14 of Guyan Valley. It's going to be Orion Algier.
And he came off this left-hand side, you can see, untouched. Got to get a body on him if you're going to do that play.
I believe that's Orion Algier is the correct pronunciation of that name there. But we were interested in that first play. We were talking to the coach possibly about a pump fake to the screen and a deep throw.
It was there, I think. The only problem is you got to give him time to throw it.
Second and long, second and about 8 coming up for Hamlin. Scholl in the shotgun formation. He's got 5 receivers wide, nobody in the backfield with him. He's back to pass, he's looking, and he's going to throw it across the middle and comes up empty there. We'll bring up a 3rd and long for Hamlin.
It's really interesting to see because Coach Ashworth for the Bobcats is doing this 5 wide. And, in middle school, like we talked about, you're used to seeing this run. So defensively has to look a little different. Like, okay, man, we got wide receivers everywhere here.
And you got to think, if he's confident enough to go 5 wide first 2 plays of the game, especially now setting up a 3rd and long, he's got to be confident that his receivers can catch the ball and his quarterback can throw the ball nonetheless. So under center this time is Scholl. Man in motion, 3rd down and long. Hand, you're going to go conservative here and trying to go near side as the running back. Let's see if he can try to break it, but Gang tackled. He's still on his feet. He's running backwards. Oh my He's reversing field. Here he goes. He's far side. If he can outrun the defender, let's see if he can. He's dragged down by the back of the jersey, and there's a fumble. Guyan Valley falls on it. What a play. What a series of events there, Brian.
We had a little, first off, great job by Wyatt Zelker of breaking tackles and shedding tackles, but you can't give up. Number 2, Triplett, never gave up on the play, not just makes the tackle, but then causes the fumble.
Triton Triplett just kind of Natumboed him, said, no, I'm grabbing you by the back of the shirt there, near a horse collar, I would say, but he grabbed his jersey, didn't grab the back of his shoulder pads, and ends up getting the ball loose. Everybody thought that play, I think, was over about 5 different times during that play. I know we did. 1st and 10 for Guyan Valley. Montgomery under center. And he's going to pass this time. He's going to throw. Receiver's not looking at all, and it's going to fall incomplete. I know the quarterback was looking.
I like the play call. Like you said, I don't know if the receiver, he wasn't even looking for it. I think if he looks for it, he may be able to undercut this a little bit.
Taking a shot there after a sudden change.
Which is what they say. You get a sudden change like this, maybe get a big play, score a touchdown right off that turnover.
That was intended for Jordan Adkins there, the defensive back on the defense. It's a great fry.
And definitely great giving up some inches there to Adkins on that. So that's something to look forward to.
And this time on the direct snap, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. A big play by Hamlin there, and that's Triplett on the direct snap, runs it to the near side.
Cameron Ace, 54 on that play. Got a flag, and I think they're going to decline that. I think it was a holding penalty.
Cameron Ace being an ace on that tackle there, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 11.
we watched him last week against Duval, and he has that ability sometimes to explode through the line, get in the backfield. And that's, like I said, you look at Guyan Valley's running backs, that's what you're going to have to do.
And looks like we're going to get a timeout. Guyan Valley is going to call their first timeout of the half, and with 3:46 remaining in the first quarter, Guyan Valley 6, Hamlin nothing. We'll be back after this.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
And we're back, folks, here. Caught our breath a little bit after that one massive play, but here we are, third down, and we'll call it 11. Big play for Hamlin here.
It is. It really is. After that turnover, deep in their own territory, their defense makes a little bit of a stand here. Let's see if they can finish the job here. Montgomery under center. Triplett in the back. He's going to give it to number 13 on the jet sweep. And they're swarming, and they're getting to him in the backfield. What a big tackle for a loss at the 42-yard line of Hamlin.
Nice job on the left-hand side there. And you talked about that earlier. Keep him contained, keep trying to stretch this out, force him back to the inside, and there come the cavalry to help you out.
Absolutely. They learned their lesson on that first toss, and then the jet sweep after that from Triplett. They are swarming to the football and keeping everything inside of them. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 18, it's looking like, and we'll see what they want to do here. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Kind of in that no-man's zone, so you figured, hey, if I throw a pass and gets intercepted, it probably goes a punt.
So this time in the pistol formation, it looks like it's Montgomery. He takes the snap. He's going to look. He's going to throw it deep. It's through the hands of number 13 there. Pass intended for Jordan Atkins, and Hamlin's going to take over on downs.
I looked at it's against Orion or Orion Algier. If he's a little patient, look at the top of the screen. Watch him as he goes. He puts his head up like, if he's a little more patient, I had it. Of course, we always joke about it. Every receiver on every play comes back to the huddle and goes, I was open. Everyone.
That's exactly it. And that was the second one that was too tall for him this drive.
Huge stop for the Bobcats here to try to thwart this momentum that Guyan Valley has. Now they got to get something going on offense.
So here comes Hamlin, and they'll gladly take it on their own 39 after that series of events. And this one's going to be tossed out to number 1. He's going to cut it upfield, but be brought down for a gain of about 1, and that's going to be Braden Baisden on the run.
Yeah, big number 70, Colton Vance did a nice job going down the line of scrimmage. Didn't have the penetration, but stays with it and comes down the line of scrimmage and just swallows him up.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming here for the Bobcats.
You got to love it when big men get to move a little bit, get to show their wheels,
I love it.
So let's see, they're going back to the 5 wide now.
Shotgun snap. He's going to roll out to the near side. Looks like he's going to dedicate this one to the run, but swallowed up in the backfield by Guyan Valley there. A couple guys got him for a sack, and it's going to be a loss of officially about 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Again, great penetration that time. Cantrell makes the tackle, but I give a credit to number 31, Chance Aggins, who does that same thing. He's the one that actually turns it back up. And once you turn it back up into that, you're hoping here comes your defensive pressure coming behind you. And we used to tell kids all the time, hold on, and let the cavalry come rescue.
That's it. That's what they kind of failed to do. It worked out in their favor last series, but got to get him down. And that's Shaw taking it himself up the middle, and he's got a nice gain. It's not quite going to be there, but going to be 7 yards shy of the first. I would assume they're going to go for it here.
I think that play set that up. I think coach is thinking, let's cut this. If we can get half of it back, it makes this 4th down a little more manageable. And I tell you what, number 50, Gunnar Watson for Guyan Valley, really probably saved a big run there because If he breaks that tackle, there was nobody on the left-hand side.
And the way their defense just made that last stand, I don't have a problem going for it right now, but it does look like they're actually going to get in the punting formation here.
Yep.
And it looks like Shull's going to punt this one away. Poor snap, but he does recover it, and a nice punt. It's going to get past the returner. Returner is number 13. He's going to return it. He's at the far side. He's at the 50. He's going to cut it inside. And it's Shull. He's past Shull. He's wide open. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. That's number 13, Jordan Atkins.
Took it to the house.
And that'll give the Wildcats a 12-0 lead here with 44 seconds to go in the first.
I was watching behind there, and there was a player for Guyan, but I didn't get his number, who kind of was really close thinking about blocking, which would have been a block in the back, and did a nice job of going, I don't need to do this. You've seen it so many times on a big run, and a block that doesn't really matter, and a guy just hits him in the back. So he did a nice job of holding up and not.
You talk about tremendous discipline there. How many times do you see that in professional football, college, and you have someone that's in middle school right here has the discipline to lay off of that block?
Because, I'm sure you and I that played college ball, we never commit minute penalties ever, did we?
Never. Not at all.
It was always a terrible call.
There was not one pass interference call called on me, I promise you that. So toss to the outside, they'll go for 2 here. And it's going to be given to, once again, that's going to be Adkins, who just scored the touchdown. He converts the 2, and he's going to make it 14-0, Guyan Valley, with 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back after this.
Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
And welcome back, folks. Again, now, like I said, 44 seconds left in the quarter, and Guyan Valley's exploded to a 14-0 lead after that huge kick return by Adkins.
And so far, just a couple plays defining this one. I can't even say that Guyan Valley's been dominating this one, as it's kicked short, and it's going to give Hamlin great field position after a great catch by the return man there on the front line there. Number 51 there.
Chase Roberts. Heads-up play.
Yes, absolutely.
But you're right. I think for Hamlin right now, they just got to find, I used to tell them, right now try to get a first down. Just try to focus on getting a first down and build some momentum and keep picking up the first down, and get some momentum going. Because right now, Guyan Valley's defense has stifled them this first quarter.
And I can't say I disagree with punting the ball their last possession. It just did not work out their way. But I think you take that lesson, and from now on, if you are faced with a fourth down situation, you might just go for it the way your defense has played thus far. So far, just a couple big runs by Triplett, and the big punt return has been the difference in this game, as it's 1st and 10, and Hamlin takes over trying to answer. Rolling out is Shull. He's going to throw it deep. This one's caught, and it's going to be close to a first down. Looks like that's going to be number 18, I think I see.
I think that was Bradley Parker. I like the play design. Roll him out. Parker does a nice job. And coverage wasn't terrible on that one, but Shull just threw through that tight window and threw a rope to him. About an 8-yard gain.
Bradley Parker, that just kind of stuck to his pads there.
He did. Shull threw a rifle into that one.
2nd and 2 for the Bobcats here. 2 backs in the backfield. Shull's under center. He's going to toss it to the near side. Got it to 22. Looks like he's going to be brought back for a loss near the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, number 31, Chance Aggins, just does a nice job fighting off the blocker here. he keeps that blocker and keeps that outside shoulder free to make the tackle.
Brooks Baisden on the carry, and with that will be the end of the first quarter. Here we have Guyan Valley Wildcats 14, Hamlin Bobcats 0. We will be back with the second quarter after this.
Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports.
And we're back, folks, here for the start of the second quarter. So far, it's been all Guyan Valley, but Hammond did get getting really close to a first down, 3rd and short here. Or 3rd and long, sorry about that.
So we'll call it 4-down territory here. They've got 2 downs to get something going. You'd like to get that first down of the game just to get some momentum on your side.
Yep. Start building some confidence in your offense.
Not me, buddy. My bones hurt too much.
It'll be interesting to see here. They had some success with that quarterback run up the middle. If they come back to it and try to pick up 5 to 7 here.
3 backs in the backfield in the pistol formation. The give is to number 1. He's going to work his way to about the 47-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 7. We'll see what they decide to do.
Bates and another 7th grader. That is the one thing for the Bobcats. Only have really 5 8th graders on the team, so it's a young team. And Coach Ashworth, he's talked about that. We're a young team. We're learning.
I'll see if they decide to run it here or try to split it out with the pass. They have had success. They completed a pass. 4th and 7. Here we go. Big play. And Shaw's going to take it himself. He is maneuvering, and he's past the first down. A big play for the Bobcats.
Huge first down. That was actually a probably gutsy call to run that ball on 4th and 7. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking, sure, they'll probably throw this one out. And Shaw does a nice job just kind of picking his way through there.
Definitely not my expected outcome with a run up the middle, kind of Tim Tebow style there. He just hasn't had a lot of room to run so far. So I was thinking with you, partner, I was thinking we were going to have a pass for a first down, but nonetheless, we have a 1st and 10 from the 39. Giving up the middle. It's a little trap action. 27, he's breaking to the outside. He's got some room to run. He's got a chance. He's at the 10, 13, trying to make the tackle. Big touchdown saving tackle there by number 13, Jordan Adkins.
Yeah, Wyatt Zelker did a nice job. Again, there was that little bit of patience as he hit the hole, then bounced at the outside, and then turned on the wheels.
Wyatt Zelker with a huge run gets the Bobcats in, big-time goal red zone position here from the 6-yard line.
Needed that play. Hammond needed that play right here in the second quarter. Now you start to feel them get a little more maybe confident. They can stick this one in. You got to stick it in now and finish it off. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, so odds are definitely in their favor. With the I formation here, it looks like variation of it at least. Shaw's going to give that trap up the middle once again. He's going to get halfway there to about the 2.5-yard line, so 2nd goal incoming. Yeah, brought down. They got Colton Vincent. There was a host of them in there that made that tackle. But like you said, this is that big package, We were laughing if you saw Rich Rodriguez for W this week, brought in a couple big guys in the backfield. He said, I call it the heavy package. I should just call it the fat package. He said, I got half a ton coming at you.
Wyatt Zelker taking over this drive for the Bobcats. And they found something with him as they'll officially be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Same formation. Shaw's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to go outside, but a big tackle for a loss, and Hamlin brought down at about the 10-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long goal here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think maybe on that one, I don't know if Coach was hoping to maybe catch him off. I think I'd have just ran the same play. Just pound it right back up the middle and see if you can pick up this now. 3rd and goal from the 9. Not where you want to be.
I almost wonder if there was some miscommunication there. It just seemed like there was a delay once he got the snap and then just decided to take it himself. But once again here, I formation, Shaw under center. See if they give to Zelker. They will. Up the middle. Zelker breaks a tackle. He's up the middle. He's going, and he's down to about the 2-yard line. Going to bring up a huge 4th down coming up for the Bobcats.
Nice run this time by Zelker up the middle here. Shedding some tackles. Breaks the 1 tackle off the bat. Uses the stiff arm. And like you said, now they're right back to that 2 where they want to be.
4:37 remaining in the first half.
I feed him.
Oh, yeah.
Feed him.
I think you have to. Everything that you've given him on this drive has been positive yardage.
Yep.
4th and goal. Huge play in this game. 4:23 remaining in the half. They'll go to that split back formation. Shaw under center, got a man in motion, and he's going to take it himself, and I roll out, he's going to throw it, he's got a man, it's intercepted. It's going to be taken the other way, but a touchdown saving tackle. I think that was Bazin on the tackle, but even more importantly, the interception, I think I'm seeing number 22 there.
The 22 or 32?
32.
Zayden Smith comes up with a huge, again, and that is a huge play with the Bobcats trying to at least get on the board here in the first quarter and stifled a great drive. Really, they had a good drive up to that point.
You know, I like we were talking about before the play, why not feed Zelker there? I'm kind of, play call's a little questionable there. That aside, he did have a man open. He threw it to him. And whoever made the interception, 32, Zayden Smith came out of nowhere, and he could have housed that football, but a huge play by, I believe that was Bazin on the touchdown saving tackle there. Or actually, Gray Fry on the huge tackle.
Yeah, because he had Green in front of him.
I thought we were going to be calling Chris Berman. He could go all the way there. 1st and 10 for Guyan Valley. And to give up the middle, looked like a really weird start there, but nonetheless, Triplet takes it for about 9.
Yeah, right up the gut. I think what you're going to see from Guyan Valley is go back to that. Go back to what they were doing really well, just pounding it right up the middle.
They got away from it a little bit last drive, didn't they?
Yep, try to start going outside.
Yep.
I say stick with, we used to tell, I always refer to an old ball coach that we had down here from Duval, Blaine Wilkerson. Sometimes he found a play at work, so I'm going to run it till they stop it. Not a bad philosophy right there.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 2, it looks like, coming up from their own 20-yard line for the Wildcats. Man in motion, and that looked very similar to the play before, where somebody was moving a little bit early.
Yep. I think we're going to get number 70 that time. Just jumped a little bit on this right tackle here.
5-yard penalty.
It's like the officials gave him like a warning.
Yeah.
Practice run on that first one. Now they're like, all right, we ain't going to let you do this. So 2nd and about 6 incoming here for the Wildcats.
This is a big down, I think, for Hamlin. You've got to find a way to give them no gain or a loss right here to try to get off this, hold them on a third down, make them hunt and get good field position.
So, and if we remember, Hamlin kicked off the ball to start the game. They'll get the ball to start the second half. So this is a huge series that they need to make a stop and punch it in before the half. Toss to the outside. It's going to be Adkins, who's been doing most of the work here for Guyan Valley. He gets a first down and more. Stays on his feet. What a play by Adkins. Can he go? And another touchdown saving tackle by the man that's been a thorn in his side, Gray Fry for Hamlin.
Just look at this, man. Went beast mode on people. Kept his feet running, just shedding tackles.
It has become the Jordan Adkins and Gray Fry show. It's like a boxing match. As soon as Adkins thinks he has it, he's got all this open field, Fry comes out of nowhere
and makes the tackle. He's like, man, if he get off me, I don't have 200 yards rushing tonight.
What a play. What a hustle play there by Fry. 1st and 10, though, and a huge play by Guyan Valley as they were kind of up against it there. Hamlin threatening to take it over here, but now they can kind of control the clock the rest of the way in the half. Triplet to give up the middle, gains about a yard.
I think that tackle, I can't see. I see big 71, Landon Clayton and Brody Dudley on that play. Gain of nothing, gain of 0, and that's what you got to have right now for Hamlin. You got to think 2:21 to go. You got to keep them out of the end zone here. Can't go down 3 scores.
So Guyan Valley used 1 timeout earlier in the half, so they'll have 2 remaining, and Hamlin will have 3. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
Coy Montgomery, the quarterback, done a great job of just like being the leader.
Yes. Jet sweep given to number 14. He's out around the far side trying to cut it in, breaks a tackle. He's still loose, and he's near a first down, but gets stopped up just shy of the 36-yard line, and I think it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I thought maybe 31 Chance Atkins may have got by with a little clip, but he really didn't. There was 2 Hamlin players coming up, and he was just kind of did a nice job of defending, like keeping himself between them and the running back. And I told people all the time, that's a great block.
Absolutely.
If they can't get to the ball carrier, that's a great block.
Yep. Whatever you got to do to prevent him from getting that ball carrier. Ryan Algier on that run on the jet sweep. This time it's going to be third and short here, giving up the middle. He's got a first down, and then nothing much going as Hamlin piled up on him after that. Nonetheless, it'll move the chains.
Yep, exactly. Jordan Atkins this time does a nice job. Just lowered his head, get what I can get. There's nothing there, but I got to get that first down. I need 2 yards. And you'll see a lot of running backs sometimes get a little cute, trying to think we're going to break everything and end up losing yards. I like when you see a kid go, I know what I got to get. Let me lower my head and get that first down.
Absolutely. I don't care what I get after that. Give me the first. That's it. 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Guyan Valley's got to be aware of that. Here they go. They give the toss outside to Atkins. Atkins cuts it up the middle. There's a flag on the play. Could be a holding as Atkins continues to push his way towards another first down. We'll see the call.
Usually that comes from that holding area. Yep. We'll get holding against Guyan Valley. But I'll tell you what, I am so impressed with Jordan Atkins. When he runs, I used to joke he runs angry. People go, what's that mean? He doesn't like to be tackled, so he will shed tackles. He'll keep them legs pumping. That's the biggest thing as a running back. Keep those legs moving.
We've seen him Marshawn Lynch dudes multiple times tonight so far. So we're going to get a 1st and 20 here coming up. Just 30 seconds remaining here in the half. So it's not much they're going to be able to do here. Let's see if they go to the air for any of these downs upcoming.
That's what I was thinking. What do they do here? They got a 14-point lead, 2-score lead. Do you risk that by throwing it, or do you just say, hey, listen, we'll go in at half with a 2-score lead, but they're going to air it out?
Montgomery throws it, and 54 for Hamlin was right there as Atkins, I believe that was 2 intended for, wasn't even looking. So bring up a 2nd and long.
And I think he had if he could have turned on that one, been a tough catch behind him, but he had some room there. Nice little play call. I love that wheel route they call it. You run that running back out of the backfield. Yep. I love that play.
Yep, a lot of times that running back just kind of blends in and sneaks out of there. No one knows he's there. Next thing you know, wide open downfield. So we got empty. No, he's going to be under center here. 16 seconds remaining here in the half. Man in motion, and we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a false start. No timeout here. False start against Guyan Valley. Going to back him up some more.
Yeah, the guard jumped up a little bit there. Unfortunately for the offensive lineman, they don't get their name called until what? They get that penalty. And everybody goes, oh, well, that's the guy. They do all the dirty work.
Yep.
And now we get timeout, Guyan Valley. Maybe. I'm not for sure what we're doing here.
But you make a great point, though. The offensive linemen, they really don't get the credit that they deserve until they're getting called out, for a penalty, a false start.
Yeah, you don't ever hear the announcer go, great block by number 7. They never do that. It's just like, oh, well, he jumped off sides. But now the next play, he buries somebody and the running back runs for a touchdown. That running back gets all that glory.
They're making their plays. They're doing their job 99% of the time, but you only see the 1% of the time that they're not. So we got a lot of whistles being blown here. Clocks needs to be adjusted, it looks like. Still seeing 11 seconds remaining on the scoreboard here. And it's kind of a moot point where they're at. 2nd and forever. Unless they hit a big play here, not going to be doing much before half. As the ball is spotted just inside the 50 here in Hamlin territory. Going to throw it deep, and it's going to be intercepted. He's going to try to bring it back. He's past the 50. Got a man behind him. He's pushed out of bounds. 5 seconds remaining, so Hamlin's got a shot here to maybe throw something up with 5 seconds remaining in the half.
Was that Fry on that interception? There it is. There was your guy Fry.
Great Fry all over the field tonight. Impressed by him. Not the biggest guy on the field either.
No, not at all. and it was a great heads-up play by him. I thought for a second he might try to cut it back, but I think he saw, I'm probably not going to break this. 5 seconds, let me get out right now. Give us one play.
Timeout taken here for Hamlin, and that'll be their first of the half. It's, once again, 2 timeouts remaining for each team, but 5 seconds remaining. You're not, maybe one play here unless we get a penalty.
I told them I love the, right now, looking at Sims Valley last night, I'm going to give a shout out to receiver Jackson Chin for Sims Valley. If you had him on the field right now, he's about a 6'6", 6'1", 7th grader. Yeah, let's just throw this jump ball up to him. Throw it as far as you can, as high as you can, and let him go get it.
What were we talking about, earlier? I'm going to throw it because he's down there somewhere, right?
Yep.
I don't care if I'm not even looking. So, yeah, absolutely. Great game from what I hear from him last night.
And it's really interesting right now. The play I would love to call right here because, your quarterback, the odds of that quarterback throwing it 45 yards, throw a screen. And see if you can get a couple blockers downfield, maybe break something here.
I'm going to give you a hot take here, partner. What if you run that trap just like you did that's been working over and over again? They might not expect it, but they're in the shotgun formation, so let's see what they do. It's going to be handoff. He's going to probe here a little bit before he comes near side and tries to get the outside, but a great tackle there by number 31, Chance Adkins.
Yeah, denied that because that was going to be tough. He was trying to get the outside and had nothing to do there.
And with that, that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Guyan Valley 14, Hamlin 0, and cut to the halftime.
We'll cut to halftime. Let us catch our breath here for a little bit, maybe get us something to drink here and bring back the second half.
We'll be back with the second half.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online.
It's my favorite.
But she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online.
It's my favorite.
But she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The HomePass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free HomePass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents HomePass Heroes. Mary wanted.
And we're back, folks, here for the second half. Guyan Valley with a 14-0 lead. And, you know, if you're Guyan Valley's coaching staff, you got to say, guys, just cut out some mistakes and just keep pounding the football. If you're Hamlin's coach, you say, guys, we proved we can drive the football. We had down to the 2. Didn't turn out right, but we proved that we can move the football. So I look for a great second half here. You know, to see what kind of adjustments. I always joke about this. Halftime adjustments, well, them coaches make the big money.
You know, 14-0, it's not a lopsided affair. It really wasn't. You know, there were 2 major plays, maybe 3 major plays in that first half as it's kicked off to Hamlin there, picked up. He's going to try to run it to the outside. And let's see who this is.
Delta does get the corner.
Yes. That is Wyatt Zeckler, who's been running like crazy as a running back out of the fullback formation, the fullback position, running the trap very well.
I love this. Jordan Agins comes through and lays a big lick there at the end, and that's Jordan Agins playing defense too. He's been all over the field.
And it's really been the, you know, a Triton triplet and Jordan Atkins show if you're Guyan Valley, and if you're Hamlin, you know, Wyatt Zelker's been running the ball really well. Got it down to the 2, and they just couldn't convert on 4th down. And then Gray Fry's just been playing heck of a defensive back position here for Hamlin.
He's actually probably saved 2 scores.
Yes,
just by himself.
Yes, he has saved this game from being 28-0. I guarantee it. As it's 1st and 10, Hamlin sets up. Hamlin kicked it off to open the game, so they get the ball here to start the second half. Trap once again. Here we go. He's going to cut it outside. It's Zelker. Zelker breaks a tackle, but can't break another one. But he does get a gain of 4 on that play.
And I think that is huge on that first down to get 4 yards. I mean, it's just 4 yards. It's now everything's manageable. There's a lot on the table here. Zelker does a nice job shedding that first tackle. And I noticed that Guyan Valley went to more of a 4-man to even walking up the 5th-man front expecting this run play.
Now, Brian, you're an old school football guy. What do they usually say as far as, you know, staying ahead of the chains? If I get 3 yards every play, guess what? I'm on time. Yes. Yep. As it's 2nd and 6 coming up for Hamlin. Zelker explodes out of the backfield. Looked like he even got an early start. He makes a shifty move, gets the first down, and then some, and he's across the 50-yard line at the 47.
And that's what you got to see. If you can run this football, now you might think later on we can set up a pass, but right now I say keep it going. You know, you've got some momentum driving, the offensive line creating some holes. You know, I gave him a shout out there, a good shout out. The offensive line's creating some holes.
Absolutely. They're playing hard here to start off. And you know, Wyatt Zelker, I mean, he exploded out of the backfield. Like I said, it almost looked like he got a head start than everybody else. Can't confirm it. Won't look back at the replay, but it's nonetheless 1st and 10.
Yeah, Guyan Valley's definitely shifted like a 5-3 inside defense here.
And we're going to do a QB sneak up the middle. That's going to be Shaw. And, you know, it looked like they tried to pull a fast one there, just sneak it, maybe get a cheap few yards there on 1st down.
I tell you what, I love the defender there, who, if you look, makes the play because he just holds on to he's just holding on to the leg here. And everybody said, well, that wasn't a big hit. Doesn't matter. You stopped him right there.
2nd and 7, we'll see, you know, starting off the game, Hamlin kind of went 5 wide. They threw the ball on the first 2 downs, but right now the run's been working up the middle. Let's see if they stick with it. 2nd and 7, give to Zelker. Zelker's going to cut it outside. Man, is he shifty.
Fumble the football.
But getting on it wisely is number 22 there. Is that going to be...
That's Mr. Fry again. Great Fry.
He's everywhere on defense, and he's there to say... He is the savior of this football team tonight.
I mean, because really, he doesn't get that. Here comes Jordan Atkins. If he scoops it, it's 6. So there's Great Fry again.
Not all heroes wear capes, Mr. Fry.
So now 3rd and long, but you avoided a disaster there, so you still got to play another down.
Big time. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
And 2 downs. You got 2 downs here to get it.
2 downs to work with, no doubt. Under center is Shaw. He's got a man in motion. They're going to give it to Zelker up the middle, and he has been getting chunks, and he's close, and he's past the 1st down, and he's going to be close to about the 35-yard line. They're going to officially mark it to 36.
It's really interesting. I was looking that time. It's one thing I might tell Zelker on his stance. It looks like his feet are like way underneath him, really close. Maybe spread that out a little bit, son. You can get more explosion because you're having to stand up, it seems like, before you get the ball. And that, I know it sounds like a half a second. Man, in football, a half a second can be huge.
Well, you've seen the backs that have, in pros and college, that have started just standing straight up and down to start the play. And you wonder if that's just trying to save that half a second that you're talking about. 1st and 10 here for Hamlin. Zelker once again in the backfield, and they'll just keep feeding him up the middle. He's got tons of space to run, and he breaks off another 5-yard run there. Staying ahead of the chains are the Bobcats here.
And that's a great job of the offensive line. If you see here the hole coming through, does a nice job of sealing it inside, and then follows a little blocker there. And there's, I hate to say this, there's Great Fry again. Little man with the big block here to give him an extra couple yards.
And you said little man. He is the smallest guy in that huddle, but, man, he is having the largest impact in this game, I promise you. Him and Jordan Atkins, it's been their show tonight. Zelker's creeping up in there, and it's 2nd and 5. QB sneak once again. This time there's space to run for Shaw. Shaw gets past the 1st down, and they'll move the chains once again for the Bobcats.
I have to say it, Levi, Shannon, you'll like this, matriculating the ball down the field. I dropped the big word matriculating.
What does that even mean, Brian?
I remember the Hank Stram for Kansas City Chiefs one time in the days going, just keep matriculating the ball down the field. I'm like, sounds good. That's a big word for the day. We'll use it.
I'm going to have to either Urban Dictionary that or something after this football game. It looks like, are we getting a timeout here?
I think we got a timeout by Guyan Valley. Probably a smart timeout. You know, if you're the coach for Guyan Valley, hey, let me get a timeout, settle my guys down a little bit in this drive. Okay, guys, let's get you some breath here, get you a little rest, see if you can get back and slow this running attack down, because right now, like you said, Zelker has just kind of taken over this quarter.
And it looks like Triton Triplett kind of hobbled off the field. Don't like to speculate at all, but you're hoping just something like a Charlie horse or a cramp.
Yeah, because that would be a big loss for them.
1st and 10 here at the 23-yard line for Hamlin. They're driving, they're threatening, and it's given to Zelker, but a mix-up on the handoff, fumbled, but Hamlin's going to fall right back on it.
Avoids disaster again. Great penetration that time by the Wildcats' left-hand side of the line here that really causes this mess.
Under 3 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, so this 3rd quarter flying by just because we're just running the ball, run, but it's working for Hamlin.
Yep. And I think right now, if you're Hamlin, don't fix it if it's not broken. Keep running that play.
2nd and 11 upcoming. Nice little gap to the left side, as you're pointing out there, partner.
Yep.
Motion, and it's given to the left side. It's Zelker, and he cuts it back up the middle of the field, and he's going to give them a nice shot here on 3rd down. Nice gain there on 2nd.
I tell you what, I love that cutback run. I love a running back. A lot of them want to definitely bounce outside. He does a nice job, sees a vision here, sees a hole to the right, and cuts it back.
It looks like we are going to get an official timeout called by Guyan Valley there, so they will step aside here, take a quick break. We'll be back. 2:08 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, still 14-0 Guyan Valley.
Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place.
Got a little music here, a little entertainment for the crowd. Pretty nice crowd here tonight.
I got my partner over here dancing, man. He's hype. I love it. I'm right there with him. 3rd and short upcoming. Big couple downs for Hamlin, and it's going to be given to Zelker. Why not? He cuts it to the outside. He's got some room, and this time he's going to walk it in for a touchdown. That's going to be Wyatt Zelker.
The Zelker show here in this 3rd quarter so far.
Puts the Bobcats on the board. It's 14-6 with 2:02 remaining here in the 3rd.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's a ball game.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And a county rival. I mean, what more do you expect? This is so much fun.
And there's time to do this thing. You know, the way they were going, and they were really chewing clock there, they kind of needed a big play to give themselves another offensive possession, because you're going to kick it off, and the way this clock's been churning, you just hope to get it back here. So 14-6, 2:02 remaining here in the 3rd. We've got the Bobcats going for 2 here, and they're going to give it to Zelker, but we had a little bit of early movement. Could be on the... And it is going to be on the Bobcats, so crucial mistake there.
Yeah, huge.
So that's gonna bring the 2-point attempt from the 3-yard line. It's going to bring it back to the 8-yard line now.
And these 2-point conversions in a game like this are huge.
Huge. And of course, you don't convert here, you'll have another shot if you do end up getting, the chance to get another touchdown on the board and convert again. But this is the difference between this. This will give you the opportunity to win the game at the end of the game here.
I'll tell you what, right now, you're still thinking about running it, but if you do throw it, that little rollout pass they threw earlier, this is that distance you want to throw it, about 7-8 yards. Will get you in the end zone.
It was open, but I just want to caution them, because a pick could very well go the other way, the way we've seen it go so far.
Yep.
It's given to Zelker up the middle, and they are right on it. Don't even allow them to get 2 yards on that, and it's going to be a failed 2-point attempt. So we've got 2:02 remaining here in the 3rd. Score is going to stay Guyan Valley 14, Hamlin 6. We'll be back after this.
The best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV.
Got a little music going here. Got the Bobcat cheerleaders out here. Put on a little show.
We got the lights on. Thursday night lights here.
Thursday night lights here in Hamlin.
It's a party. And we got the stands pretty well packed here.
Yeah, there's a nice crowd here. And you expect that for a county game. Let's see if Hamlin kicks it deep.
And they are going to kick it hard. It's going to take a roll here. Now, they got to be careful with that because it's going to be picked up by number 22. They are pursuing, and they got to keep pursuing. There we go, and he's going to be taken down. Good coverage by the Hamlin Bobcats.
Yeah, there for a second there. That was number 22, Addix Ray, I think, for Guyan Valley. I thought, be careful. When he cut it back here, I thought, he's one step away.
And, getting a little nervous there when the ball rolls around. We saw on the punt return, that's how that started. Mm-hmm. You're thinking that's a dead play. No, they'll pick it up and they'll just revert it to the outside. But here we go. 1st and 10 for Guyan Valley here, starting at their own 35-yard line. Big possession here for both teams, really.
I think you might see a little bit of the Jordan Atkins show here, possibly.
We haven't seen him since the first half. Well, then again, they haven't had the ball since the first half. So, given to
that's the big man, Triton Triplet.
And it's good to see him back on the field. He looked a little hobbled last possession.
Yeah, we tell her all the time. I want a hard-fought game. Yeah, you want him hit, but I hate seeing anybody get hurt.
Yes, absolutely. So it looked like probably just a Charlie horse. He's grabbing the back of his leg, last possession. But, glad to see him back on the field. 2-yard gain there for him, so bring up 2nd and 8.
And like I said, huge second down, really, for the Bobcats here. If you can possibly get them in a 3rd and long situation. But here comes this vaunted rushing attack. Adkins skims through the middle.
There you go. You called it.
Yep.
Jordan Adkins. I'm sorry. That's going to be, yes, Jordan Adkins.
And there was, again, if you watch on the replay, Gray Fry comes up again and just gets his feet to keep him from getting that first down. Do we have a penalty?
I don't know if they're going to call that on the coach walking on the field.
This will be interesting. This could be a huge call here.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning, okay.
So it's not going to be penalized yardage there, but the next one will definitely be a 15-yarder. A big play by Atkins there, so it's going to set up 3rd and short here for Guyan Valley. Big play once again for both teams under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And if you're Guyan Valley, you got the whole playbook now. You still can run it. You can throw it. But on 3rd and short like this, very manageable.
So Triplet and Atkins in the backfield under center's Montgomery. He's going to give to Atkins, and a big hit by, that's going to be Shaw, number 11, and he is hyped up. The quarterback, Eli Shaw, on defense, makes a play.
I was about ready to say, if you're the coach for Hamlin right now, I think you want to blitz some linebackers, and Shaw came out of a cannon that time for the middle linebacker position.
We heard that pop up here.
Yeah, that's a big hit that time.
So under 20 seconds remaining, I don't think they'll have to run another play, as it looks like they're not in any hurry to get out of the huddle. So we're going to go into the 4th quarter here. Guyan Valley is going to be up 14-6, and a big 4th down upcoming. And almost you got to see if they go for it here, because big decision coming up.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. And I agree with the coach here. Let the quarter run out. That way I got some time to make this decision.
Like a free timeout here. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a huge 4th quarter and start out with a huge 4th down play after this.
The best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong.
And And welcome back, folks. Here it is. Big fourth down time here in the battle for the heel. Big play.
Flip the field here. We're getting ready to begin this fourth quarter, and it's 8 minutes for Hamlin to make a stop and then run down the other end and score.
It's interesting. You're looking for Guyan Valley going to go for you here, deep in their own territory.
Interesting decision there because you're almost going for the ball game here, the way that Hamlin's been running the ball, but we're going to have a false start, and it's going to make it an even more interesting decision.
Yeah. Big decision now for the coach for the Wildcats.
And we haven't seen Guyan Valley punt yet. We saw an attempted, we did see a punt from Hamlin that ended up in a touchdown for Guyan Valley there. Great punt, actually, but just an even better return. So let's see what they decide to do here. It looks like they are going to be back deep for the punt. Looks like it's going to be 72 Colton Cantrell for Guyan Valley.
Trying to see if he can just flip the field here a little bit. Low snap.
And he recovers the snap. Great recovery on that snap. And stay away. It looks like he will be. 14 looked like he wanted Orion wanted to pick it up and run with it, but it's down.
Wait a minute. What? Why can't it? It's laying there. Let me pick it up and run it.
And I think my inner coaching instincts came out there trying to tell the returner, stay away from it. Don't make the mistake of touching that football. But nonetheless, Hamlin's going to start with the ball on their own 41.
And that is so much, again, kids want to make plays. But in a play like that, you're exactly right. Just don't screw this up. Don't get near it because bad things happen trying to pick that up.
That was number 18, Brantley Parker there, made the wise decision to stay away from that football. And now Hamlin's going to have a chance. 7:53 here remaining in the ball game. They got a chance to march down and see if they can tie this ball game up. 1st and 10. Shaw under center. Give up the middle, going to cut it near side. It's going to be
Zelker again.
Yep, he gets about 5, 5 yards on the first down play. That'll do if you're the Bobcats.
And again, a nice job of Jordan Aggins coming up from that cornerback position. He does a nice job making the first one, but Jordan Aggins comes through and says, yeah, okay, we've had enough of this. Let's get you down.
So ball spotted at the 46-yard line after the Zelker run of about 5.
And there you go, staying ahead of the chains.
Yep.
And you pick up 3 more this down, 3 more next down, moving the chains.
And this all started with Zelker here with the long trap runs up the middle, and now he's starting to really break those outside and find he found pay dirt on an outside run the last possession. So let's see what they can do here. 2nd down and 5. Man in motion. And looks like we're going to have maybe a misstep there by the motion man.
Yep, offsides on the defense.
Offsides on the defense there.
I think he lined up in the neutral zone.
I believe that's the 2nd encroachment we've seen this game from the Wildcats, and they're going to mark it close, very close to a 1st down.
Let's see what they say here. 1st down. Does make the sign 1st down.
So a huge moving of the chains there. That ball is going to be just inside the 50 on the Guyan Valley side of the field. Montgomery under center, Zelker in the backfield. 1st and 10. And in motion, it's going to be tossed out to the near side. He's going to try to cut back and trying to pull him down by his jersey after a gain of about 4.
Yeah, hard fought 4 right there. And first off, I thought he was going to cut it back a little bit earlier. I thought it was there. Nice pursuit by Guyan Valley that time to shut off that right-hand side.
With the vision that he's had tonight, I was very surprised. I was almost getting ready to call that he cut back in that wide open. I mean, you could have drove a semi-truck through that gap that was the cutback lane, but it's going to be 2nd and about 7 here for Hamlin. Zelker once again in the backfield, Montgomery under center. And little silent snap there, I believe. It's a quarterback sneak. Shaw still on his feet. He's across the 40, and he's going to be brought down by his jersey, but he's going to get enough for a 1st down. They're going to move the chains once again.
Does a nice job of keeping his feet on that first guy coming up from Guyan Valley and hits him and takes his feet out, but he does a nice job right there of keeping his feet work. And then the presence of mind to get that 1st down.
Such an awkward start to the play there. It looked like the center just kind of snapped it. Nobody else moved. And Shaw wisely just said, you know what, I'm going to take it to the far side and get a 1st down.
That's smart play. You know, that's what you show a heady kid that goes, let's just get some positive yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a big play moving the chains, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 here at the 37-yard line of Guyan Valley. Montgomery under center. Got a man in motion. It's going to be tossed near side. That's going to be Zelker. He's going to run it, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of about 2. 5:25 remaining here in the ball game.
And I've noticed this drive here, unlike the last drive where they were going off the left-hand side, found that hole. Maybe Coach saw that Guyan Valley's made some adjustments, so they went to this toss sweep to the right now. Be interesting to see if they come back to the left here.
And they keep bringing Gray Fry in motion to that side. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Looks like they're in the wing T formation here. Nice little gap there on either side, but they're going to fake the trap, and Shaw with a nice fake. He's got some room to the outside. He makes a stiff arm. He tries to make another stiff arm, but the pursuit of the Wildcats gets him down for a small gain of about 2.
Nice job by the pursuit. I thought that was going for big yardage right there at first. Well-designed play.
I mean, Shaw with the textbook stiff arm there on number 22, Addix Ray. But he had teammates, he had support there that all swarmed to the ball and took him down. 4:21 remaining in the game.
Big 3rd down here. I think if you're Hamlin, you're trying to get this within that 1 to 2 yard range.
3rd and about 6. Let's see if they go back to the trap here. Wing T formation, it looks like. Man in motion, and Shaw's going to take it himself, rolling out to the near side. He's got some room to run before he's piled up on, and you said it there, partner. They got in that situation where now all they got to do is get about 2 yards to convert.
Yep.
4th down upcoming.
4th down so much more manageable when it's 4th and 2. And for Guyan Valley right now, you're thinking, okay, what are they going to do on the defensive side of the ball? There's a lot of options right here in that 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
Huge play in this ball game. Not over by any means if they don't convert here, but they're going to be up against it for sure.
Yep.
14-6 here. 3:28 remaining in the game here. 4th and short here for the Bobcats. Give to Zelker. Zelker, he's got the 1st down and then some. And he's across, looks to be the 25-yard line to about the 24. Another 1st down for the Bobcats.
That was a running back that time that knew what he needed to do.
Yes.
Plant the foot north and south. I need to get that 1st down.
No hesitation there by Zelker. That's for sure.
Big conversion. Huge for Hamlin now. And after Guyan Valley, you got to figure out a way to, man, we got to slow this run down. They're really getting some gaps here.
So as we approach 3 minutes remaining in this game, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Montgomery under center. Give to Zelker once again. Zelker getting another chunk of about 5 yards on 1st down. It's going to work. It's going to work. Don't fix it.
And right now, the center of that offensive line for the Bobcats is really getting some good push. I mean, he's getting 2 to 3 yards before he gets hit, and that's what you want to see your offensive line.
So clock ticking at 2:36 and counting here. 2nd and 6 coming up. Shaw, hand off to Zelker. Zelker cuts to the outside, takes some contact. He gets he's close to another 1st down. I think he's going to be a yard shy.
I'm trying to look at the mark where they spot that. It's going to be, whew.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's a young guy, but he's going to be sore in the morning as that Zelker.
Did he fumble it? And recovered it?
It did look like something awkward at the end of the play there happened. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Bobcats keep the ball here. 2:05 remaining in the ball game. Clock ticking.
Zelker off this left-hand side or a sneak maybe.
Man in motion. They're going to toss it, and he's going to try to cut it up. And, man, what a cut by Zelker because he does get the 1st down, avoided a loss there.
Yeah, he did it. Great run that time.
So now clock ticking at 1:49. And it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 11-yard line, it looks like.
I just watched the replay there, and you saw Zelker almost cutting before he actually caught the ball because he saw here he comes. I got to get away from this guy before I actually touch the football, yes. Which is heads-up play.
tough thing to do to stay patient and actually receive that ball. As here comes a quarterback sneak. It's Shaw. He's going to take it to the outside. He's looking. He's brought down. Hard to see the number that brought him down, but a big play by that defensive back there for Guyan Valley.
Yeah, I want to see Shaw that time. I thought maybe he should have cut up a little bit sooner. He's more of a big, powerful runner, big quarterback. Go ahead and just turn it up. 1:18 on the clock.
And did we see a flag there? Or?
I wonder what they're doing here. Was there a flag on that play?
There was a flag on the play. They're marking it against Guyan Valley. And
face mask. Personal foul, face mask. Big play here. We're moving half the distance to the goal.
So that's going to set up Hamlin with a golden opportunity here. First down should probably be it's first and goal here coming up for Hamlin. So 4 downs to punch this thing in, and then you're going to have to worry about the 2-point conversion. Give to Zelker. Zelker's up the middle. Did he get it?
Touchdown. They do give him the touchdown.
Wyatt Zelker with his second touchdown of the game is going to make it 14-12 here. Guyan Valley leading for now, pending the 2-point conversion.
Big here.
What do you do here on the 2-point, partner?
I go back to Zelker.
Got to. I think I go back to Zelker, and I go back to Zelker on the trap. It's been working. You've been getting 5 yards a pop, basically. I don't do that toss play. I don't like it.
Nope. I'm like you. Tell him, full head of steam, lower the shoulder, go.
Like you said, on that fourth and short, he knows what he needs. And they're going to do that quarterback sneak, a very risky play call. But Shaw gets it, and he cuts it up the middle. We are all tied up here with 1:11 remaining in the ball game. 14-all.
Well, it's the battle of the hill. This is what you expect in a county rivalry. It just doesn't get any better than this.
I'll tell you what, this trip down from Youngstown was worth it just because we're getting to see the game we're seeing now. You mentioned possibility of overtime.
Let's see what happens here. Still plenty of time. Minute 11 seconds for Guyan Valley. And the way, the big play potential they have. We've seen it tonight.
And we'll keep it right here as we wait for this kickoff coming up. A little game summary here. First half was all Guyan Valley. They struck with Triplett and then an Atkins. Triplett had a touchdown run, and then Atkins with a punt return for a touchdown. 14-0 going into halftime. And then here comes Hamlin taking complete control of this second half via the run.
Yeah, via the run, which is interesting because they came out in a big spread formation, trying to throw it on a little bit. Decided, no, let's go back to a little old school football, see what we can do. Again, we'll take a moment here to thank our sponsors. Again, this broadcast brought to you by Armstrong. Visit them at www.armstrongonewire.com. Ask about their Zoom Extreme, the fastest internet in the nation, as well as Southern West Virginia Health Systems. We'd like to thank Saved by Grace Barbecue. Some wonderful food if you get a chance to see Wayne from Saved by Grace, as well as Thornhill Automotive. For all your automotive needs, see the folks at Thornhill. And here we go for the kickoff. Big play here. We've seen a couple of these almost taken back.
So we got a little officials timeout here.
And let's see.
Trying to see what the officials are stopping play for here. But we'll get started here momentarily. You mentioned Armstrong, great internet speed, but also the best customer service.
Yep. According to Cablefax Magazine, the best customer service 2 years in a row in the nation, folks.
Absolutely.
Again, we thank all our guys at Armstrong that take pride in their work, and they love the community. Like I said, our customers are our family.
Our crew out here tonight, all Armstrong guys, as we call them, our brothers in the red. The Red Hood brothers, as
the Red Hood brothers.
Our boy Mike Salmon likes to say.
Yeah. Seeing the staff, what was that delay for?
I don't know.
We give the guys in stripes a hard time. Everybody loves to yell at the officials. It's a thankless job. They've done a pretty good job tonight.
And it looks like we're running out for the kickoff here. So after the short delay, we're getting ready. 1:11 remaining in this one. We'll try to get you a timeout count here if we can. We've known both teams have taken, and we're going to get a timeout here taken by Hamlin. And with that as both teams run off the field.
Interesting time out there on the kickoff. Just trying to make sure, not a bad job of Coach Ashford. This is an important kickoff, guys. We just got to make sure we get them down. Okay, we can't let them break one. They've come close a couple of times here.
I think the key word here is, if you're Hamlin, is pursuit. Don't give up on the play because that ball's rolling. Everybody needs to run to that football no matter where it is.
If I'm Guyan Valley right now, I'm saying, find Gray Fry.
Yes.
Even blocking, because he has been everywhere tonight.
That is a great point. I'm gonna look for him now on this kickoff. Gray Fry on our near side here.
He has been a touchdown-saving man tonight.
I'm going to give you a hot take here. I'm giving you a couple tonight. Do you onside kick it here if you're Hamlin, because it gives you, it kicks it to one of the big guys. Maybe you get a sure tackle there, no return, and possibility of getting the ball back. But we'll see what they decide to do here as the ball falls off the tee here.
It's interesting. I think the coach here is going to try to kick it to the opposite way, try to keep it away from the big 9 triplet, number 2.
Look for Jordan Atkins. Make sure he doesn't get the ball, but it's going to be caught by number 50 and falling on the ground. So Guyan Valley is going to take over. Good field position on the Hamlin side of the football field to 48.
I like that. Gunnar Watson, number 50, does the right. Some kids may have tried to say, "Oh, I'm going to take this and run with it." He said, "Listen, I've secured the ball. Just get down. We got great field position. 1:11 to go. Smart play."
I agree.
I think Guyan Valley has 1 to 2 timeouts maybe remaining. And, I'm going to say this. They've had some open receivers tonight. When they have thrown the ball, they've missed them a little bit a couple times, but they've had some open receivers.
And Montgomery can throw the ball a little bit here. Yep. 1st and 10, 1:11 remaining, and it's going to be handed off to Triplet. Triplet's got some room on the outside. He gets to the outside, and another tackle, and that's number 54 this time. And that's going to be Cam Ace with a big tackle.
Big tackle here, but does gain 10 on that play. Getting up a little slow is Triplet. You wonder now if that. If he's holding his hamstring here, I just wonder if he may have pulled that hamstring, or if is his knee.
And Triplet was holding that hamstring, a couple possessions ago. Again, we don't want to speculate here.
And from someone that pulled a hamstring his freshman year, it's painful, and really there's not a lot you can do about it. I hope it's not, because that's a nagging injury too that you're just going to be faced with all year unless you just take rest.
And rest is the only thing that heals it, really. From experience the last few years at softball, it's gotten me. but really, it's frustrating because it usually happens when you're just at your peak, and you feel that little pinch, and there you go. Now you're done.
Glad to see that young man get up.
Yeah. Triplet's played very hard tonight. That's Triton Triplet, number 2, and we just hope maybe he gets a chance to get back out there.
Yeah. I'm just glad to see him walk off with his own power. I hate when you start seeing people look at their legs, because there's so many, so many knee injuries and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see him get up and walk off. 3rd game of the season. He got a long season to go.
Absolutely. 1:01 remaining. Beautiful night here. Clock is running here under a minute. And we've got a tie ball game here, setting up for a huge finish here. Montgomery under center, 1st and 10. Here we go. It's handed off, and you pointed it out, Brian. There was a receiver with nobody on him, but now it's a tackle for a loss.
Oh, my goodness. The Bobcats dodged a huge bullet. Receiver at the top of the screen up there. There was literally no one on that side of the field. The quarterback could have probably underhanded it over there to him.
Guyan Valley takes a timeout here, so I believe they'll have 1 remaining if I'm guessing correctly. But Brian, if you had the John Madden feature here on our camera, man, you would be putting about 10 circles around that receiver out wide there.
Yeah, when they broke out the huddle, I looked up and went, "There's nobody on him." I'm thinking, "There's nobody on him." Oh my goodness! It's so really. And I will say this, I got to pause myself and say these are middle school kids. If that's high school plays, the quarterback calls an audible and just chucks one up right there.
Yep.
So it was. But the great thing about this, all these coaches do this. You know what the greatest thing to do is watch these films. I'm sure you heard it as a coach, the eye in the sky never lies.
Absolutely.
And It's not criticizing. It's trying to make the players better, seeing where they can learn, where they can get a little bit better.
These are learning moments.
Yep.
Okay, he makes that mistake. He might from now on, he's going to look off to that side to make sure there's a defender on him. And if not, he's going to toss that thing. Second down and long, and we're going to have a false start, it looks like. Looks like that was number 70 for Guyan Valley.
And really, I mean, you hate to see a penalty like this, but the distance doesn't bother you. The clock right now is what you're facing. That's your. Oh no, they took it to. Oh wait.
Official walking the wrong way, but that was Colton Vance on the jump there, and it'll make it a second and forever now with 43 seconds remaining. The ball's backed up to about the 46-yard line of Hamlin.
Like I said, it's your clock. It's not even really down there. It's the clock's your enemy. You got to kind of get some big chunk plays here.
Yes. Probably, I think, one timeout remaining for Guyan Valley. I believe Hamlin's going to have 2 remaining. Man in motion here, pistol formation. Montgomery, he's going to throw it up for grabs. And what a defensive play. And once again, who do you think that was?
I'm going to say Mr. Fry.
Mr. Gray Fry on the defense there. And it really was. That ball was on target for Jordan Atkins, and a huge play by that defensive back.
And I know, as a former DB, that's dear to your heart, isn't it?
Oh,
that's
my
dear
God.
to your heart to see
I
that.
love, as a former undersized DB, love to see Gray Fry get up there and make that play on that ball.
So 37 seconds, third down. And it's interesting, if you try to get maybe a big play here, if you don't, do you decide to say, you know what, let's just punt this ball away and not give Hamlin a chance to maybe break one?
It really all depends on what you get here and what Hamlin does with the clock if the clock is running. So here we go. Shotgun formation. Oh boy, that is going to be a pump pass. Yep. They're going to call it incomplete, but I thought fumble 2 at first.
Yeah, that was that old, you should say it, trying to touch pass, little Rich Rod Tavon Austin pass. It was.
Yes.
It was a forward pass.
Gosh. It's amazing how many years it's been since we've seen a bunch of that phase of the game has already kind of left us.
Yeah.
Now we're to the tush push.
Yeah, no doubt.
We went from the wildcat to the pop pass to the tush push. COVID did a lot to us.
It really messed us up. It is true, though, how the game has changed. We used to joke about this. We'll get a little time out here. I'll take a break to say, I used to hear all the time in the Big 12, no defense, all offense, right? In the SEC, they played defense. Well, then all of a sudden, Bill Manning, Johnny Manziel, and Texas A&M starts putting 40 up in these spread offenses. Now the SEC's putting up 40-some points a game. And you're like, is there no defense in the SEC? No, there's still pretty good defense. It's just these offenses are hard. Like I joked about it, I said, there's a little quarterback came from the Big 12 named Pat Mahomes. He's been pretty good in the NFL too. Yeah, he's been pretty good in the NFL
too. He's been pretty decent.
He's been average for those guys.
Yeah. Having a really good start to the season so far, even with them struggling at 0-2. Overshadowed, I think, by a singer named Taylor Swift.
So I got to ask this. I know you're the Buckeye guy, but now is it the Bengals or the Browns?
For me?
Yeah.
It's the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Oh, Shannon, shut up over there.
Yeah.
I see Shannon smiling real big. So here we go, 4th down.
And yes, I support Jerry Jones' decision to trade Micah Parsons. Here we go, 4th and long. And we're going to get a timeout before that. Who's it going to be on? I feel like both teams have exhausted all timeouts at this point.
I don't know if maybe the officials weren't ready. I don't know.
35 seconds remaining. We've gotten so many phantom timeouts. I feel like official timeouts. 4th down. Crowd is cheering hard. Here we go. It's going to be given to Atkins, and it's fumbled. Atkins picks it up, and he's brought down. A huge play. What could have been disastrous for Hamlin. Actually, both teams, really.
Yeah, if you look at this replay here, I think they were going to do a reverse, a double, and the reverse come back, and he just loses the handle on it.
Atkins lucky to pick up that ball, but if you see, there were a couple of touchdown-saving tackles there for Hamlin because that broken play, as we saw earlier, could have turned into a long touchdown for Atkins.
Absolutely.
So 33 seconds remaining in this one. Hamlin now gets their shot, takes over the ball. Amazingly, only 40 seconds were taken off the clock in that drive. 1st and 10. Hamlin will take it over from their own 41.
Folks, I hope you're enjoying this broadcast as much as we are. This is middle school football at its finest right here.
This is fantastic.
These kids have really put on a good show tonight. So now Scholl from the shotgun. No, it's Zelker. Joel under center.
Zelker, handoff up the middle. He's right. Man, he is running hard. He kind of reminds me of Larry Zonka when he runs.
He does.
So a 7-yard gain there at a timeout from Hamlin here. So we'll get 27 seconds left, 2nd and 3 coming up. The downs at this point are a moot point because eventually you're going to have to make it to the end zone.
It really
expires.
I think right now in middle school, if you have this play, is the perfect time to run a little screen. If you can sell it, get the penetration, dump it over, get some blockers in front, maybe pick up a big chunk here on kind of a safe pass.
Big moment coming up here. We got just inside the 50-yard line. We got Eye of the Tiger playing here in the stadium.
Got a little tumbling action here from some of the Hamlin Bobcat cheerleaders.
Could you do that?
Yeah, I get in trouble all the time. My daughter's a cheerleader, my wife is a cheerleader, and I tell them all the time, like, that's not really a sport. And I get chewed out. Could you do it?
I love it. 2nd down upcoming. And here comes Eli Scholl. Gets under center. Zelker in the same position he's been in. Scholl's going to take it himself. He's going to take it to the outside. Trying to cut it inside, now back outside, trying to stiff arm. Breaks a tackle. He's got past the chains. The clock is ticking down to 25 seconds. And Hamlin, at this point, I'm sure, exhausted their last timeout.
Yep.
So the clock stops at 25 seconds. Fresh set of downs, but I think they're out of timeouts.
I think if you're Coach Ashworth right here, if you could find a way to get that 20, 25-yard play, running or passing, maybe get out of bounds, give you a chance to go to something in the end zone.
And I don't know if this is, if there's a play already in there or if this is kind of impromptu at this moment, but maybe fake the trap there to Zelker and then take a shot deep.
I was just showing our boy Tim Grady down here on the sideline. Listen, folks, if you're enjoying this view as he's shooting up here at us now, Mr. Timmy has done a fantastic job. Listen, I tell you, folks, when we started the sideline camera, this man has a gift for being in the right place at the right time.
Tim Grady, my man. Love you, Timmy.
He has been fantastic. And I told him, I said, I don't know how you do it, but you have a gift. He goes, I don't know how, I'm just there, but it always seems like you're in the right place at the right time.
Look at, these views, and then shout out to the rest of our team. Like I said, our Armstrong crew here, and the transitions, everything like that, the sound. Gotta love it. First class. 1st down. Here we go. Scholl outside, near side. He's looking for room. He gets past a couple and then runs over a couple defenders there. Clock's running at 12. And they might try to get one more playoff. I don't think they will with 7 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get one more. They're trying to hustle the line of scrimmage, but...
Brian, do we have overtime in middle school?
I think we've got, so let's see what they do here. This is interesting. Y'all liking this game? So it looks like, I guess we do have a little overtime here in the county rival game. I guess they'll do like the high school rules, start them at the 20 or 25.
I would assume the 25-yard line. So we're 14 all here after 4 quarters of play. About to go into what looks to be overtime.
Tell you what, mate. We dialed this up for you, buddy. We dialed this up,
The trip was well worth it down here, brother.
As I told him earlier, I said, folks, Matt comes from Ohio, and we all know from West Virginia that's a football crazy state. I mean, high school football, college football, it's a football crazy state.
It is, and we love our football. I love that you guys love football as much as I love football. I think when I came down here this time last year, we talked about doing this thing because we understood, we kind of got the feel for each other that we both have a passion for this game.
Yeah, I had to say this, folks. Hey, Matt did play for that Youngstown bunch. You know, that one that Marshall kept battling in them one WA championships. Great team down there, though.
Go Gwynns.
We had a basketball official last year, big guy, a little older. And one of the officials says, "You know where he played?" He said, "No, he's a 4-year starter at Youngstown." I'm like, so I looked at him like, "You were a 4-year starter?" "Yeah, well, I was okay." I'm like, "No, you were good. If you were a 4-year starter up there, you were good."
Okay, Guyan Valley will have the ball first.
Okay, so Guyan Valley will get the ball first, which is, as a coach, I like that if you can get on defense first because you know what you got to do.
Yes.
You know right now. Of course, it's not like either team's got a field goal kicker.
That is correct. But it takes if you can make that initial stop on your defensive possession, it takes a lot of pressure off. Then you're kind of playing with house money because at that point, the worst that can happen is, you go to another overtime. So.
Yep.
So it looks like they're going to spot the ball. I know we talked about the 25, kind of similar to what it is in college. He's bringing it over. They're going to spot it at the 20.
From the 20-yard line.
The 20-yard line, okay. Mitch, I hope you're still watching this because, again, this is as good as it gets, Mitch. I hope you're still watching this.
Shout out our GM of the Ashland system, Mitch Pishker. He is huge Tribe fan, so very happy young man that the Guardians won today against the Tigers. They're 3.5 back of the division there. 1.5 back of the wild card.
Timmy will like to hear that. Timmy's a big Tribe fan up here. Tim Gray will love them.
As we get set, it's Hamlin's going to take the first defensive possession as Guyan takes the ball first from the 20 here. Overtime, and I'd argue this overtime even is better than the NFL's overtime. Love this style. Looked like the tackle moved early though, but nonetheless, Triplett gets the hand, and he's going to get brought down for no gain.
Yeah, that's number 8 for the Bobcats. Bryce Keaton getting off the pile there. Yeah, Eli Scholl and Bryce Keaton.
Bryce Keaton looked like he was doing a little McGregor walk there after that tackle.
I love this kid.
2nd and 11 here for the Wildcats. Triplett in the backfield, Montgomery under center. Got a man in motion. He's going to give it to Triplett. Triplett's brought down in the backfield and just nothing going for Triplett. Good to see Triplett back out there, but you got to wonder if he's 100% right now.
Yeah, you do.
So 3rd and 15 upcoming.
Triplett really had nowhere to go that time. That was, I think it was 75 for the Bobcats. Bentley Atkins coming through. Him and Shaw came through the line that time. Really, just no running room at all for Triplett. 3rd and 15. Again, you don't have to get it all back here. You can just get half of it back.
4-down territory, a little toss to Atkins.
They sealed it.
He's been making plays all night, and diving tackle missed. Atkins cuts it in. Atkins to the 5. Atkins trying to reach it. Touchdown.
Somehow.
On a 3rd and 15 from the 25, Jordan Atkins converts a touchdown for Guyan Valley.
I'm not for sure how he got through that. I'm watching it on the replay and not for sure how he got through there.
And we are at 20-6. Guyan Valley takes the lead here in the opening possession of overtime. Hamlin will get their opportunity, but Guyan Valley's going to get to their chance at a 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, this is big. I mean, like I said, now, if you don't convert this, if you're Hamlin, you got to score in your 2-point conversion to win the ball game.
If you double down here in your Guyan Valley, you get the 2-point conversion. It's all the pressure is off you, and all of it goes on Hamlin with their possession.
I'm going to say it again. After that last run, I might run the same play. They did a great job of sealing on the outside, the game to the outside, and then once they got the outside, that was all Jordan Atkins. He just kept weaving through traffic.
You kind of wondered what happened to Jordan Adkins. They got back to feeding triplet. He wasn't doing much, and then, perfect play call. I'm going to give it to Guyan's head coach there on that play call. 2-point conversion attempt, pistol formation, delay. It looks like they give it on the jet sweep handoff, and he's going to get in for the 2-point conversion. That's going to be number 14, Orion Algier. And so Guyan Valley comes up big with a touchdown and a conversion for a 22-14 lead here at the opening possession in overtime.
And now, you know what you got to do. Guyan Valley, you just got to keep out of the end zone, stop 2-point conversion. If you're Hamlin, you got to score both.
So it's been,
like you said, now a little pressure falls back on the side of the Bobcats now.
Adkins just lighting it up for Guyan Valley. The guy that's been lighting it up, other than our favorite defensive back, Gray Fry, has been
Zelker. Mr. Zelker.
Wyatt Zelker. I was looking at the wrong Wyatt on my roster. Wyatt Zelker, you wonder if they just pound the ball with him.
Absolutely. I would not. I would just keep going back to go to that well, man. Just keep feeding him.
So they'll start on the 20-yard line, just as Guyan Valley did. 1st and 10 here. Shaw under center. Zelker in the backfield. The trap give up to Zelker. Zelker's going to cut it outside. Zelker's got it.
Got one man. He got the corner.
He cuts it inside, and he is
touchdown.
In for a touchdown, and on the first play of their possession of overtime, Hamlin strikes 22-20, pending the 2-point conversion here.
Man, Zelker, again, now that time we talked about that patient run. He sat there and waited, saw the hole break to the left, and just fired through like a shotgun.
So Guyan Valley's going to take a timeout just to get some extra rest, extra time to talk about this. I think we know what play's coming up. See if they can stop it. But, man, it has been the Wyatt Zelker show here for the second half of this game.
They have shown that the last 2-point conversion, they went with Scholl off tackle there. Do you come back to that, or you just keep feeding Zelker?
There's been 3 plays we've been seeing, I feel like, all second half out of Hamlin. We saw that toss to the near side to Zelker. Wasn't really getting much. We saw that QB sneak to Scholl. And we've seen the trap play to Zelker. Which one are you going to go with? I like 2 out of 3 there.
Me too.
3 yards out for the 2-point conversion to send this to a second overtime. Might get ourselves an instant classic here.
I'll tell you what, no matter what happens, these teams both hold your heads high. This has been a phenomenal game.
This rivalry game has just been insane. Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. It's Zelker. Zelker looks like he's going to be stopped.
He still comes
out the outside. He's in for the conversion. What a play by Wyatt Zelker as he keeps his feet chopping and spins around, gets to the corner to take this to a second overtime.
Zelker just would not be denied on that one. 2 guys from Guyan Valley had to hold him. I thought, well, that's it. And somehow, kind of like Jordan Atkins in the last play, he comes out of it and breaks off the 2-point conversion.
I think we need to submit this game to ESPN to show it on their top 10 or something.
Yes, we do.
We have had some great plays in this game, and we are deadlocked here at 22, headed for a second overtime.
As you said, instant classic. Again, folks, I hope you're enjoying this broadcast. And again, we'll take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. That's Southern West Virginia Health Systems, Saved by Grace Barbecue, and of course the folks at Thornhill Automotive. If you're enjoying this broadcast, man, go up and tell them folks we appreciate all their support of Lincoln County Athletics, as well as your title sponsor, Armstrong. We've enjoyed this so much tonight. This has been fantastic.
I'm enjoying this so much, I think we should do this again tomorrow night.
Let's do it again tomorrow night. Yes, and if you're watching this, tune in tomorrow night as Lincoln County will host Herbert Hoover, comes in with that powerful team they have.
So we'll spot the ball at the 20-yard line.
Hey, Levi. Little blurry. Lens.
Yeah, a little bit of the dew falling here tonight, causing the lens to kind of a still warm night here this time of year.
Perfect fall night here. And we'll get looks like we're going to get a timeout from Hamlin here, and a great decision instead of taking the delay of game there. Make sure all your ducks in a row before you start this second overtime.
Yeah, we saw a late substitution, a little bit of confusion there. See Coach Ashworth throw his hat, what coaches do. That's what coaches do.
Coach Ashworth, he was talking to him pregame during warm-ups, and he said, hey, I want you guys to talk me up like I'm the best coach there is. I tell you what, I think he's living up to the hype. Both coaches calling a great game, and I got to give it to Coach Ashworth on the adjustment at halftime because they took complete control of this game in the second half.
Yeah, did a really good job. And, we say this all the time, folks. I give coaches a hard time when I tell them they make adjustments, get the big bucks. These coaches they're doing it for the love of the game and the love of these kids, man. And this is football at its purest right here.
They're doing it for free, and football at its purest is Wyatt Zelker getting stopped. The referees, I applaud them for not blowing the whistle there. He spun out, kept them feet running, and it ties this game up. So here's the first play of the second overtime, and we see that QB sneak. It's Shaw, and he gets a nice little gain of about 5.
And you see what he's doing right there, where he's just kind of picking the hole, getting a feel for it, and picking the hole and bouncing to the outside. Oh, we got an injured player here. Can't get that number for that kid.
I wonder if that's Vance, number 70.
I just don't like it. My wife, who was trained as an athletic trainer, she's really good. When they don't move like this, you do get some concern because you're like, get a picture of the field. Field looks in good shape here. It
does.
Field looks really good. We've noticed that.
One thing that I was really happy about when I arrived here, I'm like, you know what? I haven't called a game on grass since I've been calling games. I haven't seen a game on grass in a long time. The grass is kind of refreshing at this point.
It is. It's nice. It's a little old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 70. Glad to see that kid get up and walk away in his own power. And, listen, this has been a long, rough game for these kids. They got to be getting tired. I know they're younger, so they, don't feel the same tiredness we do. That's old people, but this wears on you.
2nd and 4 upcoming. And it's going to be the trap given to Wyatt Zelker up the middle. He doesn't get as much as he usually gets, but he gets about 2, and he'll set himself up for a 3rd and short.
Yep. 3rd and 1. You know what? Feed the rock. Feed the beast.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Do what's been, do what got you here, essentially.
Yeah.
It was 14-0 at halftime, and at one point we thought maybe Guyan Valley was going to run away with this one.
Like I said, the offensive line for both teams really have done a fantastic job tonight.
3rd and 1. Give to Zelker up the middle, and he's caught in the backfield for no gain. It's going to be a huge 4th and 1 upcoming, possibly 4th and 2.
Yeah, I think that was Brantley Donahue with a big stop there. He got them big paws on Brantley and said, hey, I'm not letting go. So now, loss of 1.5 on that play brings up a huge 4th down.
Let's see what they decide to go with now that trap finally didn't work. I think that was the first play we saw that trap not get positive yardage for Hamlin.
If you go back to the toss or maybe come back to this left-hand side, there is a gap on this left-hand side over there if you can get him going that way.
And you've been pointing them out all night as the
fumbled snap, I think.
Let's see, Shaw's going to...
Yes, and that will do it there on a fumbled snap.
Wow.
Just found nothing.
Shaw brought down for a loss, and that's going to turn it back over now to Guyan Valley. So Hamlin comes up empty on their possession. Now next score wins here if you're Guyan Valley.
Yeah, so if you're Hamlin, you got to think right here. Defense got to step up. Hey, and if you're Guyan Valley's coach, I'm going to go back to the same thing. If it's not broke, give it to Jordan Atkins.
Yeah. You had two downs, the 1st and 2nd to Triplet didn't seem to work, and then that 3rd down, that huge 3rd down, you give it to Adkins there, runs it in for a touchdown. So let's see what they decide to do here.
And I may come back on that same tall sweep.
Yep.
On the same tall sweep you ran to him before and let him just cook when he gets out there.
Agreed. And let's see if Hamlin can maybe get back to the way they were in the second quarter. They were kind of a bend but don't break defense. Now this toss to Adkins.
There it is.
What you said there, Brian.
Makes one man miss.
A little swarm action by the defense of Hamlin and a nice little stop, but not after about 5 yards.
Yeah, that plays gained positive yards, I think, every time they run it. And you see, Atkins does a good job. I think that time it was that one, he may have got the best of Fry on that one. I think Fry was coming up from that cornerback position to make that tackle. And Jordan's been elusive tonight.
The thing about Jordan is he's been very slippery. You think that they got him for a loss, and then next thing you know, he's 5-10 yards up the field, possibly breaking one.
I think if you're defensive coach for Hamlin right now, I think you got to take a chance here. At least one of the middle linebackers, you got to bring some pressure here.
And they've done it. They've made some big plays. Shaw had a big tackle for loss at the end of the fourth quarter there, and second down here. Toss this one to Triplett, and diving for a tackle is the corner. He breaks that tackle. Triplett's loose. Triplett cuts back. Triplett's got room to run. Triplett is going to get in the end zone.
The ball game with a nice run. Again, another run where he cuts it back and kind of found his way dancing through that.
Triton Triplett clinches it for Guyan Valley. What a game here tonight. The final score is going to be 28-22, and the Guyan Valley Wildcats conquer the Hamlin Bobcats here tonight.
What was as you said, this is an instant classic for us. I know one team wins, one team loses. Both teams, hold your head high. This was such a hard-fought game. So proud of both these teams. I tell you what, from Lincoln County, this makes me feel proud to see what's coming up to Lincoln County.
Absolutely. If I'm these coaches, I would be proud to have coached both of these teams. Both of these kids, all of these kids played with class. This was a friendly rivalry. Yes, it got chippy. It got heated at times, but it didn't get too chippy. It's a well-played game by both sides.
It's a great job. Like I said, a lot of these kids next year, they're going to be teammates. Yep. And you know what? I love to see hard fought, like I told them. And my rival with Guyan Valley, some of my best friends now are from Guyan Valley and Duval, two of our biggest rivals, and Hearts.
Yep.
The 4 county schools, some of my best friends. And the same thing you'll see here with these kids. But what a great, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And Matt, I'm just tickled to death if we drew this up for you tonight.
I might have to move down here. Every game's going to be like this. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Country Roads playing. I know you love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, folks, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast so much. We enjoyed bringing it to you. A big shout out to my staff, Seth Stowers, Shannon Chafin, Tim Gravely, and Levi Trelikowski, and as well as my guest commentator coming here, Mr. Matt Romeo. We appreciate it so much. I hope you enjoyed this.
Brian Vance, thank you so much for having me down. I'll come down anytime. We're going to do this again tomorrow night, and I hope we schedule more of these trips down here that I can join you in the broadcast. Had a blast.
Absolutely. And with all that said, folks, again, we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening tonight, and look forward. Tune in tomorrow. Go to YouTube, search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel for Lincoln County hosting Herbert Hoover tomorrow. We hope to see you there.
Good night, folks.
Way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.